In the twilight of the Qin dynasty, as rebellion swept across China, a warrior of unmatched strength and ambition emerged. Xiang Yu, the Hegemon-King of Western Chu. Born into a noble family of generals in 232 BCE, Xiang Yu's early life was steeped in the art of war. His towering figure, unmatched physical prowess, and fiery charisma made him a natural leader. Tales of his immense strength filled the countryside. He was said to have lifted enormous cauldrons and wielded weapons no other man could carry. Yet it was not just his strength that set him apart. His fierce defiance against tyranny captured the hearts of those longing for freedom. Where others saw only defeat under the iron fist of the Qin, Xiang Yu saw destiny calling. His rise would challenge the very order of the world. Xiang Yu's legend began with a single daring act of defiance. As the brutal Qin regime enforced harsh laws and crushed dissent, Xiang Yu and his uncle Xiang Liang gathered a coalition of rebels. Unlike many who feared the power of the Qin, Xiang Yu burned with resolve. His first defining moment came at the Battle of Julu in 207 BCE, a pivotal confrontation that would seal his place in history. Facing a seemingly invincible Qin army fortified behind impregnable defenses, Xiang Yu did the unthinkable. With bold strategy and sheer force of will, he ordered his men to destroy their own means of retreat, burning their boats and cooking pots to signal that there would be no turning back. Inspired by their leader's resolve, his army fought with ferocity, overwhelming the Qin forces. Legend holds that Xiang Yu personally beheaded their commander. Proving that no force was too great to withstand his might. His triumph at Julu shattered the Qin's grip on power, and the once feared dynasty began to collapse. This victory transformed Xiang Yu into a symbol of resistance and a champion of the people. His name echoed across the land, and his reputation as a fearless warrior and master tactician grew. Emboldened by his success, he declared himself the Hegemon-King of Western Chu, carving out his domain and assuming leadership over vast territories. Unlike other warlords, he sought not only conquest, but the restoration of honor and justice. Yet, for all his strength, the path ahead was treacherous. His greatest trials, and his greatest rival, still lay in wait. Yet, for all his strength and courage, Xiang Yu's greatest flaw lay in his disdain for the intricacies of political strategy. He believed that raw power and battlefield brilliance would secure his rule, but his confidence and force alone blinded him to the subtleties of governance and alliance building. His greatest rival, Liu Bang, was his complete opposite. A man of humble origins, a former peasant turned cunning politician. Where Xiang Yu commanded fear, Liu Bang inspired loyalty. Where Xiang Yu relied on decisive military victories, Liu Bang wove together alliances, winning the support of influential generals, scholars, and regional leaders. After the fall of the Qin dynasty, China descended into chaos, with warlords vying for control of the fractured empire. The brutal civil war that followed became known as the Chu-Han contention. Xiang Yu's unmatched military skill gave him an early advantage. His victories were swift and overwhelming. His enemies trembled at the mere mention of his name. But victory on the battlefield did not guarantee peace. Each triumph alienated potential allies. While Liu Bang's patient diplomacy strengthened his own coalition, the tide of war began to shift. The final confrontation came in 202 BCE at the Battle of Gaixia, a remote valley where fate would decide the future of China. Xiang Yu's forces, vastly outnumbered and exhausted, found themselves encircled by Liu Bang's armies. In a masterstroke of psychological warfare, Liu Bang's troops sang the folk songs of Xiang Yu's homeland, a haunting melody that echoed through the night. Hearing the familiar songs, Xiang Yu's soldiers were overcome with longing for their distant homes and families. Their resolve crumbled, and many deserted. Xiang Yu, despite the hopelessness of his situation, refused to surrender. Leading a final desperate charge, he fought with a ferocity that had made him legendary. He cut down scores of enemies, his sword flashing as if wielded by a god of war. But even the mightiest warrior could not withstand the sheer numbers against him. His remaining forces fell, and the noose tightened around him. Defiant to the end, Xiang Yu chose death over capture. He took his own life beside the Wu River, saying, "Heaven has turned against me, yet I have done no wrong." His death marked the end of the Chu-Han contention, paving the way for Liu Bang to establish the Han dynasty. Xiang Yu's final act, noble, tragic, and inevitable, became a symbol of both the glory and the fleeting nature of power. The Hegemon-King had come so close to ruling all of China, but in the end, it was not strength that won the empire. It was strategy, patience, and the loyalty of the people. Xiang Yu's story remains a cautionary tale of unmatched potential, undone by a single flaw. With the death of Xiang Yu, the Chu-Han contention came to an end. His rival, Liu Bang, emerged as the undisputed victor, and in 202 BCE, Liu Bang declared himself Emperor Gaozu, founding the Han dynasty, a new era that would shape the future of China for centuries to come. The legacy of Xiang Yu did not fade with his defeat. His name became a symbol of tragic heroism and the fleeting nature of power.